Okay, our break's over, so let's reconvene. And I have the honor and privilege of introducing our next speaker, Dr. Scott Going. He's the director of the new school, the University of Arizona School of Nutritional Sciences and Wellness. And this is very exciting news, and we are so glad that he's here to share this information with us today.
Thank you, Dr.
Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you. I just wish once my kids could hear somebody say honor and privilege and introduce. Boy, would they! I'm sure they would laugh about that. Anyway, well, you know how it is with kids; they keep you humble, right? I'm really pleased to be here today. I've just got a few slides, and I just want to tell you a little bit about our new school. We're not new. You can probably tell I'm not new. When I started the process of creating the school, I had more hair on my head than on my face, but things have changed. It takes a little while to, work those kinds of things through a university bureaucracy, right? Because I think we started about 4 years ago. So we've actually been around for a while. And some of you, I'm sure in the audience, know at least some of my colleagues in the former Department of Nutritional Sciences and have worked with them on different, I'm sure, projects or through the professional organizations, or one way or another. You know some of our people. 3 of them are sitting right over there right now, and you're going to get a chance. That's right, wave. And you'll get a chance to hear them in a few minutes to tell you a little bit more. The director stands up, then the really smart people, then they come up and talk. Why they made me the figurehead, who knows? Anyway. So let me tell you I just want to tell you a little bit about the school, because if you're involved in dietetics, you probably know about the former Department of Nutritional Sciences and what we've been doing here, what they've been doing here for many, many years. We've been a program for a long time. The school is brand new in October of last fall, after about 4 years of effort to make that transition. I think it better captures what we do. I'm going to have the same problem because I'm in between, I just had my eyes fixed. Now I can't see a thing because, you got to stand the right distance now. Anyway, I'll go over here. I can see the slides a little bit. Why did we become the School of Nutritional Sciences instead of a Department of Nutritional Sciences? Well, because it really captures what we do. School of Nutritional Sciences and Wellness captures what we do. Over the years, we've become much more diverse than simply, and not simply, but the Department of Nutritional Sciences, and we do a lot more than that. We're actually kind of an eclectic group of individuals, believe it or not. So I got to have my photo taken, but I'm not a registered dietitian. I'm actually, believe it or not, an exercise physiologist by training. That's what I used to do. I was a professional trainer, believe it or not. I don't look the part, so that didn't go well. It doesn't work for me. Anyway, but somehow I became the director of the school. Aaron will tell you more about that later. Anyway, we are kind of an eclectic group, and we span, and I'll show you, part of my agenda here today is just to give you the idea of the scope of what we do. And I'm pleased to be able to chat with this group, and pleased that I could be here to hear all of the other speakers, because frankly, and I'm maybe a bit chagrined to say so, I was not aware of all the scope of things that are going on. And we really want to partner with you. I really want to partner with you, our faculty and students. And that, probably one of our greatest resources is we have about 1,000 students across our various majors now. So we've got a huge resource. And of course, you're a resource for us. And I've learned a lot in the last day and a half just from hearing all the speakers and all of the opportunities and ways that, hopefully we could partner with you and help. But I can sure learn a heck of a lot from all of you. So anyway, wellness. We are the School of Nutritional Sciences and Wellness. And you can see thank God I put up a wheel. That's been a theme. But you can see all the dimensions of wellness. Yeah, I'm preaching to the choir here. You already know all about this. But you can see yourselves in probably all of the different components of wellness. We see ourselves in all of the different components of wellness. And I put on the slide College of Agriculture and Life Sciences. That's our home. And you may think of us as the traditional ag school, right? We're the ag at the U of A. We're the ag college. but about 40–45% of the portfolio of what the college does is actually life sciences. I think it's 100% really, because, you know, isn't ag life sciences? I mean, that's what we're all about. And so when you hear the other folks speak later in the breakout session, and they're going to tell you about some of the specific projects that we have, just a few examples that are going on. It's really all about what you do. I mean, we all see ourselves, I think, in wellness, and whether you're working on, you know, dietetics, isn't dietetics part of ag? I think it's a part of ag. People ask me, why are you in the ag school? Why are you in the ag college? Why aren't you in public health or medicine? Or, you know, in departments of nutritional sciences are in different colleges across the country, right? In land grants, and U of A's a land grant, you know that. Often they're in the ag college, but not always. But I think, to me, it makes sense. It actually makes sense. We also went with the name wellness because, frankly, and again, you know how universities are. I mean, we think we're all about health, and health is obviously a part of wellness. Wellness is broader. But if I had tried to claim health at the U of A, probably the College of Medicine and Arizona Health Sciences would have freaked out, right? Well, they did. So, you know, but I think wellness actually captures what we do. Here we go. Okay. I don't need to really spend much time on this. And some of these slides I've used, you know, in other presentations. But wellness is a huge industry. And you can see here, you know, globally, it's several $1 trillion industry. And obviously, Arizona is a wellness state. We do all kinds of things in Arizona that contribute to wellness. And you can see, you know, some of the estimates up here behind me, and roughly. So it makes sense for us. I think it makes sense for us as a school. It makes sense for us as the college. It makes sense for us in the state of Arizona that we have this new focus. And you'll see as I go on. Let's see if I can get that to change. There we go. So we have, you know, sort of the traditional academic mission. We are engaged in instruction, and I already mentioned we have about 1,000, give or take, because we have a thriving online program now. And one of the things that really helped us during the challenges of COVID, really, and the challenges that university faced, we already were quite active in the online space. That's it's a fairly easy. They won't think so cavalier of me to say that, but a fairly easy transition for us, whereas some units really struggled to go in 1 week to go from traditional face-to-face instruction to I can't say does it say 5 minutes? Okay, gee, man. Anyway, thank you. We made that transition fairly quickly. We now have about almost 500 online majors, which for us is from about 100, 150 to 500, and just the time of COVID was a big jump. While having about 450 to 500 face-to-face students. So we're engaged in instruction. That's a tremendous resource, and of course we have ASU and NAU, other folks represented here. For all of you out in the communities doing work, our students are a resource for you, and you know, it's great for us too. We want them to engage and learn from you. You have lessons to teach them that, frankly, we don't have. And so, you know, that's one way that we can partner with you. We have a very active research program. I'm going to get to that in a minute in my 3 minutes, whatever I have left. And then, of course, as the land grant, part of our mission is outreach. It's the cooperative extension, which Ed's going to talk. Where'd he go? There he is. Ed is our leader of cooperative extension here in the state. So he'll tell you more about that. But we're actively engaged in, along with the research, turning that into programs that benefit people in Arizona and bringing it out to the state. So, you know, it's the sort of traditional land grant mission. These are the kind of slides you get when somebody like me, who, you know, was born and raised and grew up even before, I don't know, computers, still trying to learn how to make slides. But anyway, the point is, you can see the little boxes versus the big boxes. We were a department, and now we're a school, and you can see all of the things here that we do, and the numbers are, at the time I put the slide together, the number of students that we had. So we have very vibrant undergraduate programs with, you know, somewhere in the order of 1,000 students in these programs. Nutritional sciences has been our bread and butter. Dietetics, of course, is a big part of what we do. we now do have a food systems undergraduate bachelor's of science degree, which have only had a short time, approaching 3 years, I think. So we have actually a shared program, food studies and food systems. Food studies is a BA through our School of Behavioral, our College of Behavioral Sciences, and we do the food systems side of it, and the students actually have classes and opportunities together as well as separate. So, which is an interesting model with a BA and a BS like that. Well, you can see the list. I'm not going to have time to go through the list, but my point is you can see the diversity of the kinds of programs that we offer in the school, and we offer it on the undergraduate level and on the graduate level. We have a relatively new focus on precision nutrition and wellness, which I think is something we have to offer you because, wave of the future. How do we tailor, how do we personalize? We used to call it tailored programs, personalized. Now we call it precision. And it's the same thing. How do we create programs, whether it's, on the biochemical pathway level and understanding that and your genetics, or how do we build programs to the community that actually fit what that community needs or what that group in the community needs? Isn't that precision? It is to me. And so we're working on that front as well. I'm going to have to keep going on here. So the point of this slide is just to say, we have the instruction mission. It's underscored by a research mission. You can see in the middle circle the various areas of expertise, and we have about 35, I have to always count them again, but faculty who are engaged in the programs here. And we have about 12 faculty, tenured eligible type faculty, and a lot of other people who are engaged in research on soft money, but the core faculty is about 12 people who are engaged in research in these areas you see here. So, what do we have to offer you? Precision nutrition, I've already mentioned. We have a really strong group in genetics, epigenetics, molecular nutrition, those sort of things. How does that relate to what you all want to do? Well, isn't that ultimately all about nutrition security? I think it is. And so we work on it on different levels, but we have to add it, and I only got 1 minute to go, but I'm going to make it. I'm known for having too many slides, and I thought I had it cut down today, only 5. Anyway, and then we roll that, as I said, into extension programs. You probably know, you all know about SNAP, and then SNAP Ed, and our group has played a major role in SNAP Ed here in the state of Arizona for a long time. And so you may be, some of you I'm sure are collaborating with our SNAP Ed team. We'll talk a little bit later about food is medicine, and we're really trying to make a move in that area, and culinary medicine, and partner with our friends in the College of Medicine, and we'd love to see that grow. And some of you, frankly, are way ahead of us. We're going to run to catch up to you, but we want to partner you in that sort of thing. So the extension programs is all about taking what we learn in our research and putting it to work. Let's see what I got on the next slide. Oh, last one. Last slide. So I'm just going to set up my friends at the table over there who in the breakout session are going to talk about some of the things that they're doing. And these are grant-funded projects that are underway in different places around the state, particularly in the Tucson area and over in Yuma, but other places in the state as well. And their folks are going to, the other folks are going to tell you about that. But broadly, each of these projects, in one way or another, more emphasis some versus others, are about food security, food safety, production, local culture, how culture influences food. We need to be thinking about that. You already are. Local cuisine and cooking conditions. And we're really trying to make a much stronger effort to infuse this into our curriculum and to infuse this into the training of dietetics. And like I said, I'm not a dietitian, but so I was going to say I didn't get that in my training. Well, because I wasn't a dietitian. But how many folks, when you were going through school here who are trained in nutrition or dietetics, went out to a feedlot or went out to the field to see whatever was how it was being grown, or whatever? It's not, I'm out of time. It's not, to my knowledge, traditionally been necessarily a part of training like that, but we're doing, and these folks are doing a lot more of that. And of course, for a long time, we have focused around, chronic disease and those types of issues. As far as I'm concerned, it's all the same thing. I mean, I just can't see a difference between whether I'm focused on childhood obesity prevention, which is a lot of what I did in my career, or bone development, which is another thing I did in my career, or nutrition security. I mean, don't these things go hand in hand? And we're really making a strong effort to incorporate that in all that we do. So reach out to us. I think we have some things to offer, I hope. But boy, you guys got a lot to offer us. So I'm really glad I came here. I've written down everyone's name. Don't be surprised if you don't get a phone call from me. I have to be quiet. Thank you.